Welcome to New York!
Hello everyone, I'm here at New York Comic Con 2014 at the Mega Bloks booth. It is pretty crazy. There's like a giant Ezio, and we've got this large glowing-eyed zombie here who I don't believe is participating in the interview but didn't want to move.
No.
So we'll just...
He's a stubborn fella.
Yeah, we'll just deal with it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm here speaking with, sorry, if you can introduce yourself for the camera.
For sure. My name's Tim, and I'm the community manager for Mega Bloks, so I do all of the social media and things like that. Reach out to the community. I'm always here at the community events, things like that.
Very cool. Well, I really wanted to talk to you guys this year in particular, because this year was kind of... Last year, I bought a couple of Call of Duty sets, and I was very impressed by the new minifigure. This year, I've seen that quality spread to 2 more licenses, and the brick quality went up this year exponentially. What was that something you guys have been hoping to do for a while, or was there a real key moment that pushed that forward to get the brick quality up?
It's obviously something we've always been working on. We're very fortunate that as a company, as a toy manufacturer, we're always able to refine and we're always improving. We're always listening to the fans, seeing what they want done better, seeing what they want from one line moved over to another, things like that. So definitely, we've always been improving quality, especially as you mentioned over the last decade. We've been making leaps and bounds in quality, and as you mentioned, the shoulder articulation and the elbow articulation that was so successful in the Call of Duty line has now expanded over to Halo line, across all the different Spartan or human figures. And then we've also got the new Assassin's Creed line, and with the Assassin's Creed line, as you said, big Ezio here, of course we've launched that line with that same articulation because the fans love it.
Yeah, it's I mentioned this last year. It's something that really is making that your almost like the Mega Bloks signature thing. I spoke with another construction. There are multiple construction toy groups here this year.
Yeah, there are a few construction toys out there.
It's and it seems like the thing that really makes Mega Bloks stand out is how much of a focus you've put onto the figures, to the point of the Call of Duty sets feeling like it's a construction toy where you're making a play set for these very solid small-scale action figures.
Absolutely. We actually call our figures micro action figures because that's exactly what they are. It's the articulation and detail of a full action figure shrunk down to construction size.
Yeah, and it pushes an envelope in a way I really enjoy, which is to try to fit more into a small space than one would expect you to be able to.
Absolutely.
And as you mentioned, it's something that's there on all the Spartans, all the human figures in Halo, and I got the gist doing some Googling that there's a current talk of amongst the community of what they'd like to see that articulation move to next on the alien side.
Exactly.
Are you guys hoping to have like just 1 or 2 species outfitted in the next year, or?
We're hoping to do as many as we can, honestly. We actually, you're probably referring to a poll that we did with our fans, our loyal sort of community that we have on social media and across a few different blogs. We asked them, now that we've done the humans, what's the next species in the huge Halo universe that they want to see the new articulation expand to next? And Covenant obviously was the big winner. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that all Covenant figures from 2015 onwards, at least fall 2015 onwards, can have that new articulation, interchangeable armor. There's a lot of surprises and new announcements still to come in the near future.
Just on a more selfish question of mine, one of my favorite things about the Call of Duty line is actually the hardpoint system of the weapons coming apart, the little pouch and everything, all using a universal hardpoint to attach to the figures. Yeah. Is there a chance of seeing that come over to at least the Halo line?
I can't say no. I can't say a firm no, but in the near future, probably not. It's something we try to be as authentic to the source material as possible, and in the case of Call of Duty, that's a big part of the game, customizing your weapons and getting your exact perfect weapon through unlocks and all sorts of different things like that. So it was a core part of the Call of Duty franchise that we wanted to introduce to the line when we first introduced the line. On the Halo sets, it's not something that's going to happen in the very near future, but we know what's successful with Call of Duty, and we want to see it happen in a lot of the other lines as well.
Well, with Call of Duty, there's a comment I've seen when I've done a few videos just showing like the build process on a Call of Duty kit, and one of the comments I got is how strange it is to see an M-rated game thing. It's the collector series, but it's an M-rated game license with a toy line appearing in Walmarts and Toys R Us amidst other construction toys. I know that the world is very different right now for toys and video games in general than it was 10 years ago. But was there any kind of difficulty getting that into a toy aisle, like a Call of Duty branded toy?
I personally deal with sort of the marketing and things like that, social media, so I'm not sure as far as getting it into toy aisles itself, but with the Call of Duty line, we've really focused on hero soldiers, and we try to leave the connection to the video games as loose as possible.
I noticed
really
there's
modern military play sets is what we're doing.
Yeah, like I noticed there's a lack of like, you know, real big, like this is the bad guy set.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just these are all military active people in different settings.
Yeah, they're really just they're military heroes and really cool vehicles and things like that, and yeah, it's really cool stuff.
It is, like I've said this on podcasts before, it is basically like the best G.I. Joe line on the market right now, in that it just feels like it captures a lot of what made the G.I. Joe line work 20-some, 30-some years ago, which is the small scale, you know, many...
Authenticity, like military authenticity in that scale.
Yeah, a lot of accessories too, and, you know, large scale vehicles. With Halo, like you guys have been doing Halo for a while, and it's been a pretty big success for you guys. I'm guessing there is like a big kind of notion that it would be nice to go back and update a lot of the Halo sets now that everything is you know, on a higher level of quality.
Totally. I mean, it's not just the quality level or the new brick material and molds that we're using, but it's the new figures. So once we have the new Covenant and maybe even Flood figures in the near future, we'll be able to go back and look at some of those older sets, make cooler vehicles and cooler figures. Some of the classic figures will be remade with the interchangeable armor and the posability. And I mean, there's so much more room to grow with the new game coming out, new TV series. There's so much new content coming out. The universe itself is so massive and rich that, yeah, there's just a lot of places to go with it.
And you've got also like Assassin's Creed going on, which is multiple time periods that I'm sure opens a lot up. Like I think the first wave is pretty much out now, and you've already got a mixture of, you know, Renaissance and straight up pirates.
That's right. Yeah.
So
and it's a full license with the Assassin's Creed line. So we have the ability to go deep into any one of the games, including named characters, all the different vehicles that you see, historical personalities, Leonardo da Vinci and George Washington, actual historical characters. We have the ability to do any of those. So actually a fan pointed out the other day that we're sort of doing the past, the present, and the future.
That's true.
Across 3 different collector lines that we're doing right now. It's pretty cool way to look at it.
If you guys did a Desmond figure, you could almost just work him in with the Call of Duty line.
That's right. Yeah, it would be. I mean, it's. I wouldn't say it's the #1 most requested figure, named character from the Assassin's Creed games, but he's right up there on the list.
I noticed with the Assassin's Creed toys that there's also a slightly new thing there, which is the modular head system with the pagan
and the hats and the hoods.
Yeah,
all swapped around.
And also the way that you guys got a uniform eyeball look by just kind of straight up using 2 pinholes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was always something that it's hard to control quality and such fine details that we have on our figures. So we've got some of the older figures where you had to have painted eyeballs on. We decided to sort of change that up a little bit, and from further out, when you've got the pinholes, they look like perfect eyes, and so we're trying something new with the Assassin's Creed figures.
That's really cool, and I wanted to mention on camera, because I know there are folks watching this that do not know this, and you just told me this. I thought it was super cool. You said about 75% of Mega Bloks production, you guys are a Montreal-based company,
that's right,
but 75% of the production side is now also happening in Canada.
In Canada, yeah. In terms of the size or type of blocks, about 75% of those molds are manufactured in Canada. And we still do a lot of our specialty stuff overseas, but in the recent past, we've actually been bringing production back. And we're actually the #1 biggest toy manufacturer in North America right now.
All right. I mean, I'm just sort of connecting dots, but I feel like your guys' rise, like I feel like in the last 2 or 3 years, there's been an exponential rise in quality with Mega Bloks, and it seems like that one could say that's tied into bringing stuff closer to home.
Yeah, it could be, and it's also just I mean, we've got a really great team up in Montreal who do really good work, and we're always pushing to the next level, and we're always looking to improve, we're always looking to expand, always looking to for ways to find and do things better.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely happy to see you guys out here in New York once again. As I said, I've got friends who don't know how Canadian this company is, and we're
super Canadian. I'd say 100% Canadian.
It's super cool to see such a Canadian company come out to New York every year. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing you guys again.
Sure.
And thanks very much for your time. I'm looking forward to some of this upcoming stuff.
Thank you for stopping by.